In this video, we're going to be talking about the different types of bird wings. So over here, we have 5 different wings, and we're going to be starting off with the first one, which is passive soaring wings. Passive soaring wings are long and they're broad, which means they have a really big length and really big width. Because of this, it allows them to get as much air as possible. Now, the thing with passive soaring wings is that they rely on thermal air currents. What that basically means is that they rely on the hot air to make them rise up. So we know about the theory where hot air rises and cold air falls down. So basically, because the hot air is rising, we have these thermal vents over here, and you can see that these vents are only found in passive soaring birds, not any other type. We have these thermal vents that allow hot air not only to rise but to stay under the wing. Because hot air is staying under the wing, and because they're moving at a high speed, they're able to maintain themselves being in the air for long extended periods. So examples are eagles and vultures. So next is active soaring wings, which are long like the passive soaring, but instead of being broad, they're narrow and they don't have these vents over here. Now, the thing with active soaring wings is that they heavily rely on wind current to be able to beat their momentum and to be able to push them into the certain direction they want to go to. So on favorable days, they go across large bodies of water like oceans or seas, but on typical days, they'll basically use the air current to hunt or get food. Example of active soaring wings would be albatross and gulls. Here, this is an albatross and this is a passive soaring wing. So you can basically think of this like an eagle, and this is like an albatross. And they're really long, it's narrow, and the reason for this is just so that they can fly long distances easier using wind current. Then we have elliptical wings, which are short and rounded. Elliptical wings have they go at a really high speed. They completely rely on speed to be able to get their momentum and stay in the air. So with that speed, what happens is they move so fast that they're able to quickly maneuver between branches, trees, and are able to avoid predators easily. However, the thing with elliptical wings is that they can't fly over long distances. They can only do short distances, and they can only do it for a small amount of time before eventually they get tired. And then some examples would be robins, sparrows, and crows. So this is a crow over here. Now you might be thinking, oh, they also may have air vents, but these are not air vents. They completely rely on the speed. So then after that, we have high speed wings. So these are long and narrow, but unlike these over here, the active and passive soaring wings, the high speed wings have a pointed tip over here. Now, the reason for this pointed tip is so they can cut through the air. These kind of wings are found in more like predator birds like falcons, and the reason why is because they typically follow the air current also, but when they see their prey, they completely cut into the air. So if the air is going this way, but they're going down, they're going to need that pointed tip at their wings to be able to cut through the air. And because of that, it's important so they're able to grab their prey quickly and eat the food. So this would be a falcon over here. And then lastly is hovering wings. So hovering wings are small and they're pretty relative to the body size. The thing with hovering wings is that they flap a lot. But the thing with hovering wings is they don't go long distances, and they're typically not one of those simple predators. They're more herbivorous. Like for example, a hummingbird would have hovering wings, and you can see that because hummingbirds, they actually hover over the air, and because they're flapping so much, they're able to keep their body above the ground for some time. Hummingbird is located over here. You can see how the wings are really relative to body size, so they're basically as long as the actual body or a little bit smaller. And the thing with their wings is they're able to flap it at really high. They're able to flap their wings at high speeds, but they're not able to move at high speeds. And also, these birds are really small, and so because of that, they're able to go into the branches and they're able to go away from predators because they can fit into small spaces easier. These are the main different types of bird wings.